Hi everyone, welcome to X's and O's with LeRoy Butler. And we're going to get right into it and we're going to dissect the defense. And this is a play against the Giants that a lot of things went wrong in this. And
I actually like the defense. It's a pretty good defense if it's executed properly.
Right, and it was one of the plays we saw where just guys were not understanding the whole concept of the defense. So this is, as we talked about in 5 questions, Dom Capers tried to disguise coverages and do things late in the snap so that Eli Manning had to think about it. So in this case, he's got a blitz coming with Tramon Williams, he's got Mike Neal, and he's got A.J. Hawk. So in order to do this, you have to rotate the defense, right? Because everything's coming from this side, so you got to rotate. So why don't you show what the rotation
is? You're expecting the hot route. If it's a hot route to 82, then 43 can be aggressive.
Right.
And you basically, if you're Eli, you looked up your pre-snap read, you don't really know if they're in a cover 2 or what.
They're starting out in that.
Yeah, okay, if this cover 2, fine. I know I can always go to the middle of the field. I can keep this route on, and I'll show that in a minute. But the problem was when they blitz here, and you get the rotation here.
So he covers Ruben Randall. He comes up.
42 comes all the way over here for this half of the field.
Which is fine,
Which is fine. Now you get a cover 2 jam right there, house. So this receiver just runs deep. Now here's where it starts the stress of the defense. Micah Hyde is basically going to be the other half safety.
He's taken over.
He's taken over for 42 for Morgan Burnett, right? So he's basically gone. Matter of fact, he's out of there. Now, the first thing you try to do, their best receiver, Cruz, he's going to run what we call a stick and go. He's going to run a conversion stick, which Matthews pushed. When he saw that stick route, but then he bent it back in and he was wide open. Now what he should have did was when Cruz went to the flat, let House take care of that because he's a rolled up corner.
House is watching. We saw he watched. He played it good. He was waiting right here.
Yep, he played it perfectly
because he's got to wait and see whether Cruz takes it inside. And so this is where you talk about knowledge of the defense. Matthews has to know that House has that. Don't even worry about it. Your whole worry is there, right?
Don't go outside. Don't let 80 get inside of you. So he took that Matthews went, I guess he went for the pick, but he got overextended and it was wide open for Cruz. Now what Matthews should have did, as soon as Cruz made that out move, he can just come right back up. Or what you can do, Tom, is get out of this defense because the stretch is on, this is their best receiver, and you got him on Matthews covering him. That's not what you want.
No.
But what you could have done, you could have just doubled these two guys, Matthews and Hyde, just double him and single up outside, and now you still got help inside with because you still had 24 inside and 50 coming to the quarterback, and it was a good pressure defense, but that route takes some time. They pretty good protection.
Yeah,
but the mistakes were made on this side. So if you're Capers, you're thinking, I got the perfect play.
I don't have a problem with calling this with Matthews because, you're taking him out of the rush, but, he hasn't been that effective rushing, and you're putting a playmaker with a chance, to actually maybe make a play on a pass. So he's not just a pass rusher. You've got to use him in different ways. But we also talked about in this, too, we were watching Hyde, and, he's supposed to be worried about the deepest guy. And so all of a sudden he's turned this way, and you said his eyes were this way.
Yeah, because this guy was wide open deep.
He came right there.
Yeah, he was wide open. That's why I know he's disguising, but he got to get back there deep. Once Morgan rotates, he has to rotate at the same time.
Right.
And it has to do everybody. And I think that's something they're going to have to work on against Minnesota. If you want to disguise, all 5 or 6 guys got to rotate and move at the same time.
Yeah.
If not, this kind of stuff is going to happen a lot.
Yeah, and so, again, it's know the whole defense, know the concept of the defense. If he knows that concept, he's good. We saw that also in a play where Morgan Burnett and Tramon Williams were here covering Cruz and Nix, and it's a switch route, we called it, right?
Right, absolutely.
And they didn't communicate.
Right.
Before the snap, they're supposed
and
to talk to each other.
When those receivers do this, you guys say we're going to zone it off, or one guy's up, one guy's back. So the communication this late in the season should not be happening.
Yeah. So,
but they can fix these things, though. So I'm confident they can fix it. But if you're the coaches, you got to be pulling your hair out.
I'm not sure that I agree with you that they can fix it.
Well,
I think that, you either have players who understand the football and the defense or you don't. And so I don't know.
Well, let's just hope so.
Now, next, we're going to look at Scott Tolzein in the offense. So you could imagine this play with Aaron Rodgers running it because we've seen it with Aaron Rodgers running it. And you have to be pretty impressed with the way Tolzein handled it. The mechanics of it were very good.
Yeah, and his ball handling skills are pretty good.
Yeah, so it starts out like this. The Giants have this safety up right on Brandon Bostic, and then Corliss is over here, and he motions, and this guy motions over. So all of a sudden you got this open left side, and what do the Packers do? They run a fake this way.
Yeah. The play action, the fake, everybody was, body on a body, which is good. And Kuhn, actually, he reversed out to help with protection. And Tolzein came back, and I'm going to tell you something. Not many quarterbacks can come back and make this throw between three guys. But Bosch had a great release. As a matter of fact, 21 and 52 ran into each other. He came right about here and sat down. Now, one thing I want to point out. Now, if this is Aaron Rodgers, they run defense we call it a shake route, but it could be called just about a post corner or post. And now the safety was back deep, but I tell you what, he lost a corner. And Rodgers would throw that ball, and he would connect on it.
He would maybe make a pump fake to like he was going to throw there, and then we've seen that 100 times. He's made that play. I think the Baltimore game.
Absolutely,
remember? Same play.
Yep. But you had a couple guys here. You had 52 and 21 trailing, but Tolzein made a great throw.
Perfect throw.
I mean, it's one of his best throws because you got to throw that ball between arms and helmets with the velocity.
Well, these guys wound up trailing. There were three guys around him. He put it right in the right place.
One thing I want to point out on this play, when 26 was gone, he came over. Lacey came through the line. He was wide open.
Yeah.
But the play is not designed for him.
No.
But in his future, once he goes through his progression, Tom, he sees maybe Bostic covered and this guy high, he can always go back here with another couple seconds.
If they get any kind of look like this again, they have to consider. I mean, I'm sure they went back and looked at the film and watched and said, Eddie Lacy was just kind of, hanging around.
Yeah, just kind of hanging around.
Nobody
covered him.
Miles of him.
Right. And Minnesota's going to watch the same film. Yeah. But it's different when you're in a game because everybody wants to either it's play action. We're taught a defender to redirect. Okay, it's the deep over route. And these backside guys, they don't pay attention to. I really think 52 is supposed to honor him. But 52 bumped into 21 because it was a great fake by Tolzein.
Yeah, and these are the kind of things where, you got to score. Maybe that's the difference why they didn't get it because Rodgers would have gone to Nelson and that might have been a touchdown. Or he might have sensed that Lacy was going to be over there all by himself. So we don't know, but they got to find a way to get in the
I think
end zone.
Tolzein right now gives them the best chance to win.
Yeah.
They got to give Flynn more up under his belt. He's only been back a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I think Tolzein, although he had 3 interceptions, he had over 300 yards. These are the kind of plays McCarthy's going to get him in position to make.
Exactly. Well, thanks for joining us, and we will be back next week after the Vikings game.
Bye-bye.